Good evening, everyone. Wednesday, November the 2nd. Thank you for your company. The 2017 budget-related reports tonight. Firstly, question time in Parliament this morning. Finance Minister James Marape assured members that there is no discrimination in the distribution of the DSIP and PSIP funds to the provinces and districts. He answered a series of questions from the Deputy Opposition Leader Sam Basil, one of them, if the distributions and the implementations could be verified by the Auditor General. The questions.
Minister, my questions are in relation to the 22 provincial PSIP accounts, 89 district DSIP accounts, and 314 LLG SIP accounts. Mr. Speaker, we are heading towards the next election next year. It's less than 6 months before the issue of writs. The police, the Ombudsman Commission are doing their rounds in the districts, asking for the same information. And I would like to suggest a very good suggestion to the Honourable Minister is that to make it easy for everybody, including the intending candidates for the next elections, also to the general public of the electorate and the provinces and the local level governments, can the Minister ask the Auditor General to audit the 22 PSIP accounts, the 89 DSIP accounts, and the 314 LLG SIP accounts, and make the findings public to the Ombudsman and to the police, so that it can make it easier for them to pinpoint irregularities if they want to investigate, and also to the intending candidates and the general public, because some districts and provinces only know one kind of money, only different. And people are accusing districts and provinces that the money that they will be spending, there are disparities in those. So I humbly ask the Honourable Minister to get the Auditor General office to audit all those accounts and make public to the general public before the next elections. Thank you.
Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Acting Speaker. Let me thank the good member for Bulolo and the opposition Deputy Leader for asking this important question. Mr. Deputy Speaker, the Auditor General, as part of its routine jobs, if they have not done in terms of audit on some of these accounts, I think they must do, or they will do. I'm told that in some instances, in some districts, they've been going out doing audits on the books. I've had audit on my books in my district, as far as my district is concerned. Minister of Planning has had audit on his book in as far as his district is concerned. And it is part of their routine job. I do not need to tell them. As Finance Minister, they are a constitutional office, and it's part of their job to get out there and to do audit in all our districts and provincial accounts. And so I will get a clarification from the Auditor General's office as to the status of their audit in most of the districts and provincial book. Let me thank you from the question, that it is an important question in as far as our policy statement is concerned, that all our districts and provincial and LLG books needs to be audited. Mr. Speaker, mind you, every year we consistently for the last 4 years have remitted, and up till this time we've remitted every year since 2013 to 2015 10 million kina each for all districts, whether they sit in the opposite side or in the government side. Every year they've all been receiving equal amount of disbursement from central government. And when you look into the allocations, that amounts to 890 million kina for all districts nationwide. And similarly, the allocations for all provinces, and I also at this time announced that a little percentage of Our PSIP for last year only is outstanding, and this government intends to catch up on this as we close this year. But on the important point on audit, it is part of the mandatory duty to go out and audit all districts and provinces, and I will impress on the Auditor General to furnish to this House to the status of all districts and provinces that Auditor General has visited in terms of auditing all our government books is concerned. But on the little bit of inference that some districts have received less and more, Mr. Speaker, again, let me put to this House, this government has been fair to all district allocation in terms of giving all districts, and that must be explicitly spelled out here. The continual inferences that some districts have received less, especially those in the opposition members of the floor, is utterly rubbish and nonsense. I'm yet to receive an apology from the Deputy Opposition Leader on continual inferences that have not been receiving any money.
There's a
I have on record, I will furnish to your office. Last year, Bulolo district got 7 million out of 15 million. It's on record. We've got bank statements. We've got funds received in the account, and we've got a district treasury report. We will furnish it to you. So, you mean kan gaman about you mean ora lotu mana tribal Bible silip lo ya. You must respect him na. No kan gaman about. Gaman ya olman luluk stop.
made your point. Minister, continue.
Thank you, my brother, the member for Bulolo continues to make the statement. He's got his record. I have my records, and I will compare those records in due time. But as far as my record shows, all districts has been treated very fairly as we speak today, and our records as government stand to confirm this. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Finance Minister James Marape answering questions from Sam Basil, the Deputy Opposition Leader. After the break, the tax measures in the budget, how they affect you.